Hey, and welcome back for some more Blindfold Chess. This is episode 14, and as the name suggests, I can't see the pieces, but my opponent can, and I have to keep track of the game in my mind. I can't see any sort of history of the move notation or move history, and I can't rewind moves, and I have to keep track of the game in my mind, so I'm hoping it improves my visualization. And if I improve my chess visualization, hopefully it'll improve my chess and especially my blunders. That's the whole goal of this entire thing. It's chess training. This is just hardcore chess training. Today's game was a good one. It was nice, short, and sweet. Got a pretty quick mate. It was a weird opening. I tried to play a jobava London, played d4. My opponent played an immediate c5, and it kind of turned into a benoni. And yeah, I got lucky that I played it pretty solidly. I was about to do something kind of a bonehead maneuvering, but luckily it didn't transpire. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, it was a decent game today. Let's jump in. Okay, we have a game and we are the white pieces. Let's try to play a jobava London. d4. Confirm. And he plays the immediate c5. Okay. I'm not sure how to deal with that. We're going to maybe just play d5. d5. Confirm. Got my morning coffee. See how we do in today's blindfold game. As you can see, I'm using voice input, no move history available. We'll see how I do. My opponents at this rating range play all sorts of stuff, and it's actually more challenging than playing known opening theory. I think we have to play e4. And then we're going to have a lone pawn, but he'll have a lone. No. It'll be isolated for now, but I think e4 is necessary. e4. Confirm. So yeah, this rating range, it's actually more difficult to play blindfold chess because of all the weird stuff people are playing. Like, in the 2000 level, I never face this when I play d4. Never. Like, I can honestly say I've never seen c5 on move 1, ever. Leave it to a 12, 1300, which I'm presuming. My rating range goes plus 500. I don't know what this person's rating is, but it's likely they're a 12, 1300 player. We'll see how I can do. This is kind of the rating range I belong with my blindfold account, for sure. I bet you when the dust settles, I'm going to be somewhere around 1500. Maybe. I'm working night shifts, so I literally just woke up. I'm tired. I'm about 6 sips into my first coffee, so I'm feeling pretty groggy right now. Usually I wake up a little more before a game, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, we have c5 and e6 for my opponent so far. And usually, one thing I've been noticing at this rating range is that my opponents have been blitzing out every move, even though it's a 20+7 rapid. And it often, my opponents will have like 13 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'll have 1 or 2 minutes. And I'm playing on increment. This is the first time I've ever seen my opponents think in the opening. Yeah, that's logical. Get the dark square bishop out. I wonder if it makes sense to play knight c3 now. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. There's a pawn here. This is my pawn structure. If he gets the bishop here, this pawn is under attack. I kind of like the idea of playing c3. I need to get my king side out, though. But let's say I play knight c3 first. No. Couldn't I play c4, bishop g7, knight here, and if he wants to take, great. But that's moving too many pawns in the opening. I don't like the idea of he's played c5. He might go like this if I play c4. But that would just help my bishop to develop. Maybe I should just push a pawn. I don't know. I really don't know in this case. I think if he trades once and I take, then he can put his knight here. I think I'm going to play c4. c4. Confirm. Then I'll play knight c3, and if he wants to trade off that beautiful bishop for my knight on c3, sure. Now he played g7. He played g6 with the intention of playing bishop g7. So he played the knight first. Knight c3. Confirm. I have to do a really much better job of remembering where my opponent's minor pieces are and the pawn structure. That's starting to become an issue. Last game, I was talking about a pawn on a certain square and then I sacked a rook, even though I knew there was a pawn there 2 minutes prior. Unwillingly sacked a rook. So my opponent's pawn structure looks like this. Oh, sorry. And my pawn structure looks like this. You know what's funny is I have an opportunity to play this and this, locking his pawns. The queen here, eh? Yeah, so because my pawns are here, I'm glad I didn't play bishop f4. So he's going for the queen pin. I have a knight here. It's the only minor piece I've developed. I kind of like the idea of just getting this bishop out. It's another minor piece. He can't do anything. Takes. And then I could consider moving this bishop after. We have to protect this pawn. But I'm going to consider pushing it after. So yeah, let's play bishop d3. Bishop d3. Confirm. We got the BBC, the big bad boy center. Big boy center. Because he developed his knight first, I do like this idea of eventually pushing this. He's got to develop his bishop next, though. And I wouldn't want to push e5 then, because when the knight leaves, the pawn is undefended. I need my knight on f3 before I do that, if he develops his bishop to g7. We can also threaten the queen here with discovered attacks, put our bishop on d2. That's always an option. Oh, coffee. I'm gonna need another one of those soon. Okay, so we traded once. We do not want to allow this c5 pawn to push our bishop away. So we're gonna play e takes d5. E takes d5. Confirm. Okay. So the E file has been opened. Because he traded off his E pawn for my E pawn. What's interesting, because the knight already went here, no checks make sense because this bishop can always block. No, it can't. I have a pawn here. And because this knight left here, this check makes sense now. There's no way to block with a piece. So I think I'm going to throw this check in. Unless he develops, he can't develop his knight now. He's just, this pawn is a crucial defender of these two squares, which I really like. So this queen check makes a lot of sense right now. He's probably going to play bishop here, and I'm going to hit him with the check. Yeah, he's opened up the bishop, but I have a pawn here, so let's play queen. Queen e2, right? What's the queen defending? Let's just check. I have pawns here. This is my pawn structure. I have a knight here. My bishop is here. My bishop is here. Yeah. Queen e2. Confirm. At least we take away castling rights. Then I think I'll continue with either bishop d2 or knight f3. He wants to put his bishop on this square because he has his knight here. Oh, I should have waited until the bishop blocked there. That sucks. But because he pushed this, why can't I play this? Okay, so what's probably going to happen is if I play bishop to h6 and then eventually trying to sneak my bishop in here, he's going to play bishop g4, which I can just play knight to f3, and because I have a pawn controlling this square, I don't have to worry about this knight right now. So let's stop him from castling. Bishop h6. Bishop h6. The knight is here, and this is his pawn structure. Confirm. And then I'm going to weasel the bishop in here and threaten to take this because the king is pinned. So bishop g7 would be a fork. He'd be losing material if I get that in. Bishop g7 is my next move. Okay, so my opponent went here with his queen. This is my pawn structure, but my queen is here, defending this. My bishop is defending this. Yeah, there's no pieces on c2 or d2. And my knight's here. So yeah, I think we can just play bishop g7. Bishop g7, attacking the rook. The rook moves. Now I take the knight, and he can't take because of the pin on the bishop and the king. So now I'm threatening mate in 1. We're winning material, I'm pretty sure. So bishop g7. Bishop g7. Confirm. He'll save the rook. We take the knight. And if he does something else, we'll take the knight first, threaten mate in 1, forcing a response, and then we'll take the rook. So he saved the rook. Bishop takes f6. Bishop takes f6. Confirm. Now the c5 pawn blocks his queen. His queen can't go back to the defense anymore because he put it on b4. So I don't see a way to stop this. I don't see a way to stop this. His queen can't come back to the defense now. Yeah. There's no way to defend that. I don't see one. Let me think. I guess his only defense, he could move the bishop to block. Yeah, I guess. Let's think about this. That's I mean, he's going to lose a piece, but at least it's not mate. So he blocks with the bishop. Now my bishop is under attack. Then I take. He takes. I take. He takes. Or better yet, blocks with the bishop, takes, takes. The bishop is now pinned still. And now I can move this bishop here. He'll move the king probably. I take it with the pawn. And this allows when he recaptures with a pawn, now my queen can come here. So I think his best move to avoid mate is bishop. I've already won a piece. And bishop e6 wins another piece. So it's completely winning. But it's his best move, I think, to defend against the mate in one. Or he can just let his clock run out. And if he does that, I take extra joy into sharing this video to him. Just a little extra salt in the wound for him to find out that I was blindfolded. And that extra salt in the wound is necessary if he's one of these people that's going to run the clock out. It's justified. Yeah. Bishop e6, his best go. Bishop e6. Takes. If he tries to sack the bishop, now I can do discovered checks, so that's no good. So takes. And then bishop f5. King probably goes here. And takes, threatening mate on this square on c8. Unless he moves his knight, which then I can mate him on d7. Isn't this just mate? Bishop's here now. Queen e takes e7. Queen takes e7. That's got to be checkmate, right? Confirm. We take those. We take those. Ooh. Wait a minute, though. If he would have played this, my whole idea of, yeah, let's back up right here. I thought my opponent could play this. Then I was going to trade takes and play this. That would have been a mistake. Once again, showing how I need to work on my visualization. I talked over and over again about how I knew this was the pawn structure. I mean, how else would I know to bring the bishop and do this little maneuver? So I knew the pawn structure was like this, yet here I am talking about moving a bishop to f5, which would have been a huge mistake. So I'm almost glad my opponent didn't play this, because I was going to carry out takes, bishop f5, instead of just taking the piece. That would have sucked. So a little boo-boo there. But let's take a quick burn through this. Immediate c5. It's weird, I've never seen it. So I just push. Now I got the big boy center. This is like a benoni structure. We're in a benoni. This bishop belongs here, but because of the weird... Yeah. Forcing the Benoni bishop off there was actually a good thing. This was a huge mistake. If my opponent would have, say, for example, developed the knight here, he's got to deal with my threat. How do you deal with the threat? I think you just have to go here. Oh, sorry. You have to go here. You have to give up castling. Yeah. You're kind of pooched at this moment, I would say. Like, you've allowed me to pin your bishop and there's no way to defend it. So I would say my visualization for this game was pretty solid. I remembered everything. I was talking about the proper pawn structure, and I was talking about this. This is how I got this little bishop maneuver in. And then right here I almost flubbed it. I was about to play bishop f5 even though I knew about this. So luckily that didn't happen, but I got to work on that. Let's take a look at the brief analysis. Zero inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 92% accuracy. We take those. We take those. Nice short and sweet one today. Did pretty well. Had a little bit of a mishap there, but luckily my opponent didn't get to see it play out. And thanks to my opponent for the game. I'm glad he didn't run out his clock. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here now. Till next time, cheers.